So, recently, you had an ad pop up for this cool looking plane game where you get the privilege of pointing and clicking your mouse in order to send missiles at unsuspecting noobs. If you get bored, you can also take out a tank in order to shoot other kinds of missiles at other tanks. When that's over, you can get back in your plane to shoot other kinds of missiles at other tanks, and maybe even other planes, and drop a couple of bombs. And when that's over, if you're super lucky, you'll get to hop in a different plane and drop the biggest bomb of them all, the nuke. But wait a minute. For a casual player that's just starting out, these games are unfortunately still far, far away. But that's why I, Nimbo Soup, am here to help. This guide isn't going to be a specific use these planes or tanks and succeed type of guide. Instead, it's going to be very general and overarching, hopefully being applicable to every tech tree and vehicle currently in the game, being planes, tanks, and yes, even maybe ships and helicopters in all of their respective game modes. If you find yourself struggling with the motivation to quote-unquote grind out this game, I highly, highly suggest that you stay watching this video. Let's just get this out of the way. Before we even start, real quick obligatory premium count and premium vehicle if you want fast and easy grinding in War Thunder, and that is the video over. What a lame video! I'm just kidding, guys, but it does, however, need to be said if we're talking about reaching top tier. It is no easy feat to reach top tier, but we're going to have more on the premium stuff later. The War Thunder that you and I know and love is a game infamous for its prolonged grinds that necessitate pretty much years of actual gameplay before you make any real progress, especially just for a casual player like myself. I will admit, as a casual player playing since 2014, I only somewhat recently reached top tier a year or two ago in just one country, being America up on the screen. But that's just that. I'm a casual player. I never really even considered playing War Thunder for the sole purposes of grinding War Thunder. I find vehicles I enjoy, I take them out of the hangar into battle. And that works perfectly for me, which brings up a really good point, finding what works best for you. To begin, be sure that you have properly set yourself up for success at grinding. You can do so by seeing what vehicle you want to grind toward and using the proper vehicle to grind it. In general, to make sure you're grinding with the proper vehicle, you can check the rank of the vehicle you want to grind to and use a vehicle that is the same rank or one less than that, assuming you don't have higher ranks anyways. But an even better idea is to use a vehicle with a good RP and preferably SL modifier to it, which we're able to check by opening up the stat card. If we look at the bottom of the stat card, for example, the KV-1L11, the rank 2 Russian heavy tank, has an RP modifier of 248% and a Silver Lines modifier of 120%. And obviously it's best at researching ranks 1 through 3 since it's a rank 2 tank. Now as far as what constitutes a good modifier, that's a rabbit hole I could go down for a very long time discussing various vehicles and their modifiers, but I'm going to keep it at find a vehicle you enjoy playing in a game mode that you enjoy playing and make sure it has one of the best available RP and SL modifiers. And, perhaps most importantly, don't forget to have fun playing it. In terms of game modes, I believe that, for the purposes of grinding at least, it is best to just simply play the game modes you're the most comfortable in, and therefore can do the best in. For me, this is ARB. For you, it might be different. But enjoying War Thunder is sometimes not easily achieved, which leads me into my next point. As an experienced player myself, and yes, we all have our own skill issues, but you can't deny the fact I do have a lot of experience, I find there is a large difference in my motivations to play the game while I'm playing something I enjoy versus when I'm actually trying to grind something. For example, just the other day, on stream, twitch.tv/nimbosoup, my viewers had me complete a challenge, grinding Chinese air to rank 4. At the start of this, I did not think this would be so terrible, but good grief was I mistaken. If the Chinese didn't have the Key 44, I'd still be out there grinding them. I realized the reason I felt this way was because going into it, I was viewing it as a grind instead of flying for fun. I am main America, and at no point was I playing for the sole purpose of reaching top tier. I'd fly out planes I enjoy, having a good time along the way, and eventually I reached top tier in the background without even really realizing it. Hell, my KD in the Key 44 is like almost 4.5 or something after that Chinese grind. But I hated my life and I did not have fun. If you know, you know. Using this mindset is keeping long-term sustainability in mind, which, coming from someone who's had multiple few month-long breaks, is pretty important in War Thunder for reaching top tier. It isn't going to happen fast no matter what you do, so buckle up for the grind. It's somewhat of a tortoise and the hare situation where consistency is key. I refuse to fly out bombers over and 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 over again for grinding purposes just to probably die and not even reach a base and get any RP. I have the most fun flying out an air RB as a fighter, so that's what I do, and that's how I've gotten probably 95% of the RP on my account. This, of course, is also applicable to tanks and ships in their respective game modes. So, basically, have fun. Yeah, good luck. But there are ways to speed it up, which, of course, are necessary to put into any grinding video. There's no way to avoid it. This is a video about grinding, so we all knew it was coming, so I'm just going to put it bluntly. Premium vehicles and or an account, preferably both, will speed up your research tremendously. I'm not shilling, mind you, I'm simply pointing out the facts. I don't even have a referral code. Gaijin, help me out. But this does not mean that you should go buy any premium vehicle you see. In fact, probably the opposite. Although kind of straying away from the point of this guide, I will generally tell you that some premiums are simply just much better than others. Perhaps in the future I'll release a guide on premiums based on what I and my Discord know about them, but for now, for the purposes of this video, let's just keep it at be careful what premium vehicle you buy. Other than vehicles though, a premium account is always beneficial. If you have some leftover golden eagles, also consider buying a talisman on one of your favorite vehicles, just as long as it's at a decent tier for researching, because talismans are extremely beneficial. This is because they increase all research gained from whatever vehicle you have it on by an entire 100% and are obviously hugely beneficial for reaching top tier faster. I would recommend, when buying a premium vehicle or a talisman, do so on something with good research potential for top tier, assuming that's your end goal. For example, you don't want to buy a rank 1 premium vehicle with a terrible RP and Silver Lions modifier to try to research an 11.0 plane, because, well, that would take, I don't even know, probably forever, honestly, if I had to guess. Now that you have the right mindset, have figured out what vehicles you want to take out, and have all the premium features you desire, then it's finally time to get going. You've concocted a formula for fun, and it's time to do the math and get the answers you've been solving for. Go play that vehicle or vehicles and find your groove. What I mean by this is basically buckle up for the long ride. You're going to grind out what you want to in seemingly no time, because the in-game time is going to pass so much faster when you're having fun. Not only this, but it's more sustainable for you because, at least hopefully, you're not going to hate your life as much and want to quit. Yay! But I will say, try not to check your research too much. Enjoy War Thunder for what it really is. And at this point, I would insert an obligatory and cliche, enjoy the grind, not the end result quote, but like I said, cliche. Because, as all of us at top tier know, once you get there, you'll probably hate your life even more. But don't be discouraged, the vehicles are awesome! Yay! Fun vehicles! They're super fun, yeah. Positive affirmations, guys. There are some other things to be considered that could help speed along your grind. First, boosters. These are received from daily rewards, battle trophies, battle pass progress, and the Warbond shop. Use these. Technically, it isn't as efficient to stack them, but we all love to see a good humongous Silver Lions or RP drop, so I say do your worst, but that's just my opinion. Obviously, as usual, these are best applied in combo with premium account, planes, and talismans, preferably all three, but one of them is better than none. Second, use keybinds you find comfortable. I don't find the default keybinds very comfortable whatsoever, so I spent hours and hours in test drives changing them to my liking, trying to figure out what each bind does, and to be honest, I'm still a complete noob at it. I believe that all this personal testing is necessary for everyone though, so I would recommend getting into a test drive or solo game, something like that, and messing with all of your keys, ensuring you know what all of them do. As long as they're comfortable for you, nobody can judge you. Unless you're using default keybinds, then I am definitely judging you. Third, you will get better as you play more and more, hopefully gaining you more and more RP, hopefully in somewhat of an exponential fashion. If you're just starting out and feeling pretty discouraged, I at least highly recommend you reach the first vehicle in rank 3, no matter what country it is, if it's in ground or air, before you judge the game too harshly. If you were in naval, props to you, I guess. My advice would be to just not be, although, to be honest, to be fair to you guys, I've heard it's good for SL. The beginning vehicles, in general, and in my opinion, are pretty annoying to get through, although quick if you're experienced. Fourth, I try not to worry too much about Silver Lions, but it is possible to limit your research abilities just because you're broke. These issues actually won't occur if you just simply listen to my last point. Just don't have skill issues. So many of the people I kill literally have no idea what they're doing. And, I understand being new, but after all this time playing at high ranks, nothing has changed. It's just, every game I get into, I lose more and more faith in humanity. So, come on guys, get good. And if you need guides or something on how to do that, anything like that, please let me know in the comments. I'd be more than happy to help. Also, if you're looking for tips, join into the stream in the Discord. We got some really good players with tons of hours in both of those places that love helping people out, so join up. I also consulted with them before I made this, and if you want any guides from me in the future, I would do so for them as well. Please, all you got to do is let me know. In the end, I think that War Thunder grinding is all in the way you set yourself up, right? If you set yourself up to have fun, it's not even going to feel like a grind. Just find a game mode you enjoy playing in a vehicle that you enjoy with a good SL and RP modifier to it for what you're grinding for, and simply just play it. Obviously, having a premium account will boost your grind significantly, but if you have a premium vehicle and a premium account, that's cracked. Also, use your boosters. I know I didn't talk about it too much this video, and if it's something you guys want to see a guide on in the future, I'm certainly open to making one. But make sure you're collecting your free Battle Pass rewards, buying from the Warbond shop, and completing your tasks so that you can get even better rewards. This is all free stuff that speeds up grinds tremendously over longer terms. Furthermore, make sure that your keybinds are comfortable for you and that you actually know them. I have so many that I honestly still have this problem to where I forget my keybinds. But yeah, don't have skill issues, guys. Speaking of skill issues, this might be a problem for you if you have too many of those, but try your best not to worry too much about Silver Lions. I know it's nice to have a big number there to look at, but my theory is that you're just going to be spending them as you grind along anyways, so there's not too much of a point trying to stack it up. And besides, just like everything else in life, they come and go. It's been a pleasure, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you liked my little guide I put together. If you like the content, please feel free to like and subscribe. If you want to see more stuff like this, drop a comment down below and let me know. Anyways, without further ado, guys, take care. I'll see y'all in the next video. And this is Nimbo Soup. Nimbo signing out. Peace, boys.